Hello!
Hey, we're going to show you how we did this wall behind us today. Today's stencil day! So we're stenciling today. We got these stencils. These specific ones we got off of Etsy, where you could actually get it off of Amazon, but during this time right now, for some reason, they had a longer shipping time on Amazon rather than Etsy, so we did it there. I have done a stencil before at my apartment on one of the window walls. We'll show a picture of it coming before we do this stencil so you can see the difference. We actually did a herringbone type of design, which was really pretty, but we did it the opposite. We did not do it on a dark wall. We did it on a light wall with a little bit of a darker tone beige coming through, so it was not a big contrast. Yes.
Here we're going to have just the right amount of contrast.
So we have an olive green behind us.
And this is called, hold on a sec. This color is called oyster white that we're doing the stencil. So you're going to see, Chloe calls these stars, I call them asterisks, but whatever.
They'll pop off the wall.
Yes, yeah, pop.
They'll pop. They'll pop. We're going to show you how we are going to kind of put them up. Just from my experience with doing the stencil by myself at my apartment, I had learned that there are two ways to do it by yourself, which is one with adhesive spray so that you could spray the back of the stencil each time that you're putting it up and holding it while you are painting, or you could do it with blue tape by yourself. And when I did that, I ended up having blue tape that would give out on the stickiness or the adhesiveness, whatever. Yeah, it pooped out, so it would always fall on my face. So I have a picture or a video of myself somewhere where I'm actually holding the stencil with my feet. So today, Jeff is going to hold it up while I paint, and we're going to go back and forth. So.
Boom.
I think it'll look pretty cool as an accent wall. So we will stop talking right now because we're just blabbering on.
Let's get to it.
Get some paint.
What's the deal here? I have part of my design. I have full star here, partial star here, partial star here. How's that work?
So that's why there are two. So there's two that come in a pack, so that you can do
English.
So you can paint on one of them. So when we start, you're going to choose to start in the lower corner.
Okay.
So then you can just kind of like go across, go up, and then go across. So then we're going to start at the bottom. Okay. We haven't measured anything to make sure we're level or whatever, but just take this to the bottom.
Okay.
And then you're going to paint it, and then you're going to take it off, but you're going to keep it on for right now.
Okay.
And this is where you are always going to overlap the last three.
So we do all this. We take this off.
You'll have three marks right here.
That are partial stars.
They're partial stars.
Yes.
And then you'll have it on the other one, and you'll align these that were already done. And you'll have a full star afterwards.
I see, said the blind man.
So Jeff actually came up with a good idea. He has in his truck a hair blower.
Yeah, hair dryer.
Hair dryer. So we're going to make it go quicker so you don't have to wait for the last three to dry.
So we're going to blow dry these and wait.
Yeah. Sorry if we're not turned toward you. We don't have our third person today.
She had to skip out. Anyway, let's on to the next. Let me go get the hair dryer.
First, you're going to need blue painter's tape and a level.
Here we're putting up our first stencil, and you'll notice Chloe's using the level to get that first one perfect, or as perfect as you want to have it. That way on the next stencil that you put up, it'll be level, and we just decided to level each one to make sure we weren't going to get off.
As you can see, We tried the blue tape on our first go around, but if you have 2 people, you don't even need to use it because it's just going to fall.
So you'll see the back of Chloe's t-shirt. That is opportunity. That is something she started where she gets a group of 12 people together, and we periodically go over to Haiti and bring supplies for these awesome kids at school and provide kind of a summer class at some point for them to have just a great time. And guess who really has the great time? We do.
Look cool, right? Now it's Jeff's job to dry off the paint so we can go on to the next stencil.
So we did our first one, and I will tell you, I would think I would want to have 2 people doing this with me all the time. And don't rely on the blue tape. Blue tape will hold it, and just when you think it hasn't held it, or it's like, yeah, I got it, and then, oh, it falls off. So in my head, if you were to do this by yourself, I would use push pins with tiny, tiny little, things in it if I had to do it myself. Anyway, let's get back onto it, I guess.
So now we have our second stencil. We're putting it up pretty much underneath the first one, but we're going to align the top row with the bottom row of the first one. Thus, you don't have to paint over this part of the stencil. So technically, in our picture, you only have about 3 to 4 rows to actually paint over. And then when you take off the stencil, you'll see that you have a complete star that you have made between the 2 stencils.
All right, it's now time to get out the hairdryer and start drying that bottom row so you can place the next stencil over your perfectly done lines. Be careful when you do your stencil on your wall. If you have switches or lights that have boxes in the drywall, when you put your stencil up against them, they'll have a little wrinkle, and it'll cause you a little problem trying to get the right amount of paint right up next to one of those boxes. Yes. How's it taste?
Disgusting.
Okay, halfway update.
Half a wall.
Yep, half a wall, taking us 6 hours, but no, it's just great.
We definitely need each other for it. I think I could definitely do it by myself, but it would take all day because of the blue tape situation. I think we're really happy with having 2 of these instead of 1.
Oh, definitely. I'm glad they said 2 because you can mess it up, get it dirty, dry it, and go right on with it. So
read one thing.
Easy. What was the thing?
This, we started, just wanted to show you guys because we actually stopped in the middle of it.
Yeah.
We started with a disposable,
and it has these ridges, a pan with ridges on it.
Has those ridges? Yeah.
Where it doesn't have the ridges, it cakes on the paint, and then it spooges it underneath the...
so we have to go back and touch up
we gotta
just
touch
a couple
up a
in the
few
beginning.
of them, but
yeah.
it's okay. So we're using a
more flat one.
Yep.
It only has little dots in it, so it's even on our roll. Just want to give you a tip. Use a flatter pan to be able to get it more even all the way over. We just want to give you a heads up on where we were, and we'll show you the end result soon.
We'll see you at the end.
Okay.
All right.
We're finally on to the second half of the wall, as you can see, and we are picking up pace. However, the last wall, or the last row of stencils, took us a bit longer than we had thought. We actually had to press on the corner and then stencil or paint the stencil right there so that we could have it completely flat and also finish our stars. We're finished, finally finished. I mean, it only took us a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours, I suppose. So this is what the finished product looks like. It's pretty balanced. I mean, it's all level. All the stars kind of go aligned. The stars are aligned. But I wanted to show you just from this way. I will flip it around. 1 second. And here it is from the whole wall. Those are our wonderful stencil sheets that did us well today. We are going to wash them off so that they look brand new at the end of the video.
So this accent wall was a bit easier than the last one we did, which you can check out on our channel. It was a wooden accent wall that we painted. This was a lot easier.
So it's also more, or if you want to compare the two or just to know more about this stencil wall that we did behind us, it is less expensive, so we have it linked below. There was a shipping delay off of Amazon, so we used Etsy, but we do have the Amazon linked below, as well as the Etsy one, depending on which one you want to use, which one's shipping better. But it is inexpensive. I think ours was $35 for 2 big stencils, and that made our time go by. Like,
yeah, honestly, I would expect, if you've never done this before, block out 3 hours of your day to do it if you have 2 people. If you're by yourself,
I would get the smaller stencil, but it's easier to handle when you're just using your hands. Don't expect, another thing that I want to tell you guys is a lot of people walk into doing stencils and they're like, oh, it's going to be perfect lines. Don't expect perfect lines. Stenciling is supposed to be imperfect, usually by hand or something like that. So it's supposed to show some imperfections, which not all the lines of the paint are the same. Some bleed, some don't. It's just how it is. That's how they're supposed to be. I wanted to tell you the color that we use on this wall, which the green, the olive greeny color behind us right here, that is Mountain Road. So we use Sherwin-Williams 7743 Mountain Road, and it's an adorable color, and we wanted to allow like a whitish, creamish color to pop off, and he has the name of that one.
And the white that you see is 7637 Oyster White.
If this stencil project is something that you want to take on yourself at your house or in your kid's bedroom, let us know below in the comments on how it went for you. And like and subscribe, please, and give us a comment and share it with your friends. We'll see you next time.
Adios.